Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. Let's take this Honda out and see how it goes on this very first run. I think we'll head out along the road and do an 80k cruise. Oh well, so far so good. Bike feels nice. Virtually no vibration at this speed, and I can see through the mirrors quite well. Ride's good. And the best thing I like about it, I can just look straight down, see what gear I'm in. Don't have to guess. There it is, sitting there in 4. Pretty cold day today out here in Australia. I think it's only around about 12 or 14 degrees. Now I think I've put, oh yeah, it's showing 5k's on the clock, so haven't put much on it. This is virtually its maiden run, apart from the pickup from the bike shop yesterday. One thing I can say straight off, it's very easy to read the new instrumentation on the bike. No trouble reading what speed you are, what gear you are, your revs. I actually thought I'd had a bit of trouble reading that speedo when I had it in the shade yesterday, but no, out along here now it's very easy, but it is a bit overcast, so that's one thing. This bike feels a little bit top heavy. Like compared to, say if I compare it to the previous bike I was on, the Interceptor, it's a totally different bike to ride than the classic 500 I've got. And we run her up to 80. Again, no trouble looking out the mirrors, and when you're sitting on the 80k, 50 mile an hour, all good. And you can look over, see you're in 6th gear, you don't have to go back flicking at the pedal to see if you've got all gears or not. I'm 5'9", weigh about a bit over 80 kilos. I'm finding the windscreen protection not bad. Considering I'm running full face, no visor. And straight out of the bat, or out of the box you could call it, the bike is running nice and smooth. Seat seems pretty comfortable, so that's good too. I don't mind the bar position, it's good. Yeah, overall I don't think there's any anything to complain about this bike. Although I still notice I'm feeling a little bit up in the air compared to the previous one I had. So once again, I think it's got to be a slight difference in the front end rake and that 19-inch wheel. But overall, yeah, it's not a bad bike to ride, and like I said, it's a pretty cold day here today, so I got a bit of wind protection on it too. But just sitting on a cruise now, roughly closing in on that 80 mark, the bike's hardly working at all. The only thing I can compare it against in power would be the new Interceptor in the Enfield range, and they both come in at roughly the same weight, same power. This bike is a lot quieter exhaust note wise than the Enfield, and the motor's a lot quieter too. Just up here, as soon as I get to the open, I'll just bump her up after this bit of soft gravel here. Just hit her up on 100, just there cruising. Okay, we'll take her up now. It actually seems a little bit quicker than the 650 Enfield in power delivery. I can feel a bit of vibration running through the foot pegs, but remember I'm in top gear. Slight bit in the bars, but you can feel it running through the foot pegs. But I think anyone thinking to buy the CB500X, especially its new model, I think your high 40 horsepower is pretty good. The ride quality is really nice. It bounces over these really well, but I've only got running shoes on today, so I haven't got my boots on, but I can certainly feel those vibes running along the foot pegs. But the bike itself really does run nicely. I'll just slow her down a bit along here because I still remember me Roo incident a couple of weeks back. Sort of hard to kick the habit now when I come down along here. So like I said, I like brakes are nice, clutch good. Yeah, this slipper clutch is a really nice light clutch to use, so people will be happy there. And as you pull over, the bike does pull over and lean well into a corner, so although with the new tyres on, I wouldn't like to be leaning too much. It's a nice little road to ride along anyway, but what I really like is the your gear selector indicator sitting there in the dash pod, because you can just glance over. Now you're in 6th gear. I think that's one of the best features of the new model. I'm fairly impressed by it. Yeah, so overall this is a nice smooth bike to ride. Even then, that was a bit of a mistake. It was false habit of just putting the clutch in and checking to see if I was in top gear without looking down at the indicator. That's the way it goes. Just bring it down on the brakes. They're the brakes on the low hit. Bit of a move up through the gears. That's only light acceleration too, so nice to move around on the road. It rides the bumps well. Not sure about the potholes, I'm avoiding those, but the bumpy section itself it runs over quite well. Yeah, I think overall you can get on this bike and put up quite a few Ks on a good hit. Very quiet though, there's not much down from the exhaust system. Nice precise gear change too, no sign of any false neutrals or something like that. Oh, I just heard a bit of a burble from the exhaust then. Run it back up. Fifth. Mover into sixth. Sixth now cruise. Liver clutch on the downshift is really nice. No drone whatsoever. Here you can really move through the gears. So if anyone wonders what I think of the bike so far, yeah, I think pretty good. Most impressed with the instrumentation. I like it. Good. It's going to rain today. I was going to take it out for a bigger run, but the weather's going to be against me. So I'm not that keen to ride around the wet. But I think this is a bit of an idea, a bit of a burst. This is really a rough road I took this bike around too, so if I was on my classic 500, just to put it bluntly, it'd shake the guts out of you when you're coming down along these roads, because you can't see them, but there's very bad dips in the seal section and that, so just like so, but that one just dipped and went over it. On an Enfield you'd be holding your gut after that one because it'd give you a total workout. Also failed to mention earlier on, it's very windy out here today too, so the bike's really handled itself well under these windy conditions. Sometimes it surprises you when you ride around on the bike, it's at 27 horsepower, then you jump up 20 horsepower and you notice how much more extra power you got. Then you hear people say they got 100 something horsepower, and that's not enough. Where I think going from 27 to 47 or whatever it is, you say to yourself, not bad. You know, you can live with it. Plenty. The seat itself is roughly 32-inch riding position, but I've had no drama. No drama with that side of it, and it appears nice and soft when you bounce up and down on it, so I think that's good too. Overall, to sum up, I think the riding experience first day out on the bike, no problems whatsoever. I can't pick any faults with the bike. It's really a nicely well finished bike. Nothing there I can pick to say, Jesus, they were a bit chatty or cheap in this part of it, so everything's good there. The brakes appear to work all right. I wouldn't say they're the best brakes I've used, but they're all right, you know, nothing wrong with them. Clutch is nice. Gearbox, really good gearbox. You can just go through the gears, click in position, no drama whatsoever. Handlebars position's not bad. I'm sitting more upright, apart from the amount of wind that's blowing around at the moment, but so everything's there. Might not affect some people, but I've read that these are very economical too as far as bikes go. It's on gas, so that's pretty good. The suspension of it seems to soak up the bumps pretty good. Once again, I've been on a lot worse bikes than one of these where you hit them and they jolt right through you and you grab hold of the bars when you get it. But mirror wise, nice and clear to see out, cruising now at 80, and they're rock solid clear. That screen at the front, well, I picked up a few bugs, so it must be working. So yeah, overall I think it's been a interesting first ride on the bike. If you want to see the bike in more detail, you can always, I'll leave a link in the description, and you can have a look at it when I picked it up. So in case you're wondering, it's the matte gunmetal black metallic, and I only just picked it up yesterday, so I don't know, I ran at 20 kilometres on that little run around there with you, so you got a rough idea of how it runs. I think really when you've had a lot of motorbikes, especially if they're own bikes, you test them. You don't have to ride them very far to know if they're any good or not. I brought them back from Sydney and decided I'd think about moving them out almost straight away when I've had the first test ride on them. But I can honestly tell you that this appears to be a pretty good bike to ride. Very easy, adequate power. If there was any problem or I got on the bike now, even though I own the bike, I wouldn't be afraid to say to you, no, I think this bike's a heap of rubbish and don't buy one. Like, really wouldn't worry me because I'd just sell it and buy another one, so that's how I think. And I bought a lot of bikes over the last 7 years, so you know what I'm telling you is the truth. I'm not making up bullshit to you or anything like that. So I'd rather have somebody give me an honest report than somebody fill me head with shit and I go out and spend $8,800 for one of these bikes and then turned out it was a heap of rubbish. At least I've paid the price, tested the bike, and at this stage I can't fault it for its money. I think you're getting, whoever buys one of these should be quite happy with it. And that's what you want. Somebody will give you a bit of an honest review on something, and they're not worried about going back to some place to test another bike or anything like that. So I think if you're seriously thinking about one of these bikes, go in and have a test ride on one, and I'm pretty sure you'll be impressed by them. And everything's good about it, but you do hear the exhaust burble back a bit through the down changer, so it's a bit noisier than the previous model I had. So, but anyway, that was my lap out on the first day, and once again, thanks for tuning in and watching, and hope you enjoyed it. And you know, you might have thought it was all right, or you might not. Hard to say. Trouble I have with YouTube, it's probably more against me reviews than what's for them. But anyway, thanks for watching, and catch up with you later. Cheers.